Recognising that individuals with mental health difficulties can often be in receipt of services that they may not want or perceive do not meet their needs, the government have finally listened to service users and developed a strategy that encourages them to think about what is meaningful and effective for their return to well-being. The government's Our Health, Our Care, Our Say 2006 paper leads the way from the traditional model of health and social care services towards a more client-centred approach.
My name is Maddie. I have been married for 43 years. I have 5 grown-up children and 13 grandchildren. In 1974 I had a nervous breakdown and I suffer with depression ever since. I was very down. I just could not go out or answer the phone or even talk to my husband or my family. In February, my doctor and social worker came to see me at my home. Gemma, the social worker, came into my life. Gemma said to me about the personal budget from the Northamptonshire County Council, so I will be able to get things that would help me. The first thing we've done was a care plan. Gemma filled out the care plan form and for me, and a few weeks later, Gemma phoned me to say I had got the money, and I was so delighted. The biggest change in my life was buying a greenhouse. It was somewhere I can go when I am low. I love gardening and I spend hours in it. I also use my budget to buy art supply. I enjoy art, but it was something I haven't done for a long time because I didn't have the motivation. I also bought a laptop and I can speak Skype to my daughter and my 2 grandsons in New Zealand. My husband and I went on a holiday to Australia and New Zealand. It was a great opportunity to see my family. I haven't seen them for years, and the change of scenery was brilliant. I was able to sit out in the evenings and do my art. If there is one bit of advice that I could give to someone thinking about doing the SDS, it would be to think about the things you need and go for it. It changed my life because I have the things that I need now.
As a worker within a CMHT, I have seen how this approach has directly changed the lives of some of the clients I support. Allowing clients the opportunity to make choices about what works best for them has proved challenging for many professionals who have traditionally controlled accesses to resources and the funds to access them. Personally, I've discharged 4 clients from my caseload as they no longer require my support. Instead, they are managing their own support through their budget.
My name is Chris, and I'm 25. I found myself in and out of various detention centres, both as a vulnerable adolescent and also as an adult. In November 2007, I was finally diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. So, to be very honest with you, my life prior to having a personal budget was one of despair. I was frightened that nothing good would ever happen to me in my life, and on one occasion I tried to take my life. I finally have a large amount of hope in my life. I spent 2 years in a residential setting, and I now live in supported living. I feel that my life has turned around. My confidence has grown to the point that now I have incorporated into my personal budget some driving lessons. I feel that this will give me further independence at some point. I hope to move into my own flat. Also, being supported to gain voluntary work in a hotel kitchen, and this has also given me a lot of confidence. I would recommend anyone to buy their own support through a personal budget, as with support and advice, it has given me a great deal more to look forward to in life.
I'm 44 years old, and although I have struggled with my eating disorder for over 30 years, I have only received specialist treatment for the past 3 years. I have been suffering from depression and severe anxiety for many years, which had resulted in me not leaving the house for over 9 years. After 8 months' intensive hospital treatment, plans were starting to be made for when I was discharged, and this is when I first heard about the self-directed payment scheme. It sounded too good to be true, and I thought I probably wouldn't qualify, but to my surprise I did. I was advised to think outside the box and include things in my support plan that would help me continue with my recovery for at least the next 12 months following my discharge from hospital. During my inpatient stay, I had been having physiotherapy 5 days a week and using an exercise bike to help with weight loss and mobility. I am still struggling with my social phobia, so joining a gym was not an option for me. I therefore decided to apply for money in my SDS budget for a specialist exercise bike. I also decided to include the cost of a web design course. Graphics and web design is something I have had a keen interest in for the past 5 years. However, I now want to start studying properly and gain a qualification which could eventually lead me to getting a job and supporting myself financially. I now have what I need to help me move forward. The SDS scheme has been a godsend, and I feel very lucky to have been considered for it. It needs to be properly thought out in order for you to get the best from it, and then it really can contribute to making major changes in your life and to achieving your short and long-term goals.